Mr. President, on behalf of the entire Biden family and the American people, happy 100th birthday.
Happy birthday, and have a wonderful evening.
To my fellow President Jimmy Carter, happy 100th birthday.
Have a happy birthday, friend.
Mr. President, you've always been a moral force for our nation and the world.
I have always admired President Carter for many things. His accomplishments in the White House, his incredible impact since leaving office, his fundamental decency.
You've had a heck of a life, and you're surrounded by people who love you.
And for the last 40 plus years, he's shown us just how much a former president can accomplish, from promoting democracy and honest elections to combating disease and advancing peace.
Your commitment to a better world and your unwavering belief in the power of human goodness continues to be a guiding light for all of us.
So Jimmy, thank you for your friendship, your example, and for always finding new ways to remind us that we are all created in God's image.
May you have peace of mind and peace in your heart.
Thanks for your extraordinary example of service that has moved millions here in America and all around the world.
May God continue to bless you, Mr. President. You've been a good friend.
Jimmy Carter reached another milestone this week as the former president turned 100 years old. Carter is the oldest living president and also the only U.S. president to reach the century mark. Carter's one-time workplace, that'd be the White House, celebrated his birthday with a lawn display.
Jimmy Carter is the happiest man because Jimmy Carter is considered a brilliant president by comparison.
Former President Donald Trump mocked former President Jimmy Carter during one of his recent speeches. The jab came on Carter's 100th birthday. Trump was speaking at a manufacturing facility in Wisconsin on Tuesday, October 1st. After calling President Joe Biden the worst president in U.S. history, Trump called out Carter without mentioning his historic age landmark.
And you're seeing the most incompetent administration in history, the absolute worst president in the history of our country. They rate vice presidents too, and she's rated last, but he's rated last. Worst president. Jimmy Carter is the happiest man because Jimmy Carter is considered a brilliant president by comparison.
Carter did not serve a second term as president after being defeated by Republican Ronald Reagan in 1980. Trump's remark came as Carter was honored as the longest living president, celebrating a century of life. The milestone day coming more than 19 months after he entered hospice care in February of last year. According to reports by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, when asked if he wanted to live to see his 100th birthday, Carter told his son, Chip Carter, "I'm only trying to make it to vote for Kamala Harris."
Happy birthday to you. In Plains, the 39th president reaching another historic milestone.
He'll be 100 years old today.
A century after his first.
100 years ago today, he was born here in Plains, making him the first president to be born in a hospital.
Presidential historian Larry Cook is among those celebrating former President Jimmy Carter's birthday in Plains.
Everybody has a smile on their face here on this gorgeous day in Plains to celebrate a man who you just can't celebrate enough.
He says Carter set an example as a friend, president, and changemaker.
He's an example that we should all take note of and try to emulate in our own lives because it makes your life better. He's made my life better.
Barbara Ann Green is proud to share a hometown with Carter.
To be in a town where the president is from is a joy.
She's even more proud to live in one of the homes he built.
He built our Habitat home for us. He was out there putting his hands in the dirt. It didn't matter about the skin color or anything like that. But because of who God is, I know he's a man of God. But to be 100 years old, that's a blessing.
A blessing that inspired Americans young.
I'm just excited that Jimmy got to make it, Mr. Jimmy got to make it.
And old.
I'm trying to catch it. I'm 92.
To celebrate Georgia's only president.
These are tears of joy. I'm just so elated and so happy he made it to the 100th birthday celebration.